Hey everyone, Greg here at Midtown Comics Times Square. John is the man behind the camera. Today, we are creating this video to give you a look at all of this week's new releases. If you're a comic book fan, it's Wednesday and you know that is by far the best day of the week. It's when dozens of new issues come out, so let's do a quick look at them. We'll give you a preview of a few of them. Hopefully it convinces you to check out a new series or reminds you to pick up something that you've already been following. So first up on the new release wall, we always have Dark Horse Comics. A lot of great sci-fi, fantasy stuff out today. As you can see, there's two different titles connected to the Hellboy universe. We have Tomb Raider, Aliens. I was flipping through that. There may or may not be a Predator as well in there, so for the sci-fi fans out there. And Dark Horse presents 3 different chapters. I think maybe more than 3 off the top of my head, so it gives you a good variety of stories. And then, after Dark Horse, we go into DC Comics. They've been going strong with DC Rebirth. A number of new DC Rebirth titles are out today, including Aquaman, and of course Batman. Seeing as there's, a handful of Batman fans out there, we'll give you a look at the Bane, my favorite Batman villain, and the other one, Michael Janin, the interior artist. So let's do a quick preview of this brand new story. This is a jumping on point. Going back into Bane's intro. There's origin. Then we have Bane towering over, I believe that's Psycho Pirate. So the premise here is, I'll be as spoiler-free as possible, Batman is going to form his own Suicide Squad. Go to the island that Bane lives on. Their objective, I don't recall. I still have to read this, but I'm very excited about it. Once again, written by Tom King, illustrated by Michael Janin. And if we go over here, there's a new chapter of Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. As you can see here, we have a Midtown Comics exclusive cover by Gregg, which is also available in black and white. Fun fact, in every single exclusive cover, he hides FM. FM, obviously, for Frank Miller. I haven't looked yet on this cover, so I'm not sure where it is. Actually, I already spotted it, so hopefully you can find it as well. I'll avoid giving you guys a preview, don't to cater too much to only Batman, but this is obviously a huge issue. We also have a new issue of Harley Quinn. I'll give a quick preview of this. This is still by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. John Timms provides the artwork. Looks like Joel Thompson is also providing some artwork, and Alex Sinclair is providing the colors. I'll show one more page. Alright. Brand new chapter of Nightwing. And we have more of DC's Young Animal. Cave Carson has a cybernetic eye. I remember they looked up the character and that was like the only information they could find about him. And they said, let's go with that and do more with him. So a pretty funny title. Speaking of cybernetic, new chapter of Cyborg. Booyah. Sorry, that felt very forced, but I regret nothing. Also, looks like reprinting of Doom Patrol #1. For all the Arrow fans out there, or people who just love Ollie in general, new Green Arrow. Love that Black Canary's been a big part of this comic. And then we also have Green Lanterns, which is obviously the universe is full of Hal Jordan and Val Sinestro stories, but this is where Jessica Cruz and Simon Bass step up, and they're front and center. We also have a new Injustice Gods Among Us Year 5 collection. That series recently ended, and right now there's a comic that's kind of bridging the gap between the first video game and the upcoming second one. Before we move forward, if you look out for a second, there's several new collections. Fifth Beetle, new Buffy. Over here, this is a big one. Aquaman, celebration of 75 years. Jim Lee's artwork of New 52 Aquaman on the front. Let's take a look at the back. Okay, so it says it has over 400 pages of Aquaman's stories. I don't know if Throne of Atlantis is in this, but if it's not, do yourself a favor, go read Throne of Atlantis. New Dr. Fate trade, fans of the Flash show, there you go, new Green Arrow, Midnighter, and of course, some earlier Supergirl stuff by David Excuse me, Peter David and Gary Frank. A little slip of the tongue there. Then we go down here, brand new Justice League. Seeing as it's, you know, the Justice League. Do a super quick preview for you. Show one more page. Alright. Then we have new chapter of Raven, only the second issue. A better look at El Diablo and Killer Croc from the Suicide Squad. Oh, now I'm torn here. We have a new chapter of Superman and a new chapter of Trinity. I love both of these series. John, which one should I give a preview of?
Go with Trinity, because you did Superman last time.
Okay. Read Superman. It's great. Got a Frank Cho variant. And this is written and illustrated by Francis Manapul. Really, really enjoyed the first issue. Alright, we'll leave you on that note. To be continued. We also have a new Hanna-Barbera, Wacky Raceland, number 5. Astro City, now we're getting into Vertigo. We have Astro City and Lucifer. Excuse me, had to yawn. Coffee's still kicking in. Now we have Betty Boop number 1. This was a New York Comic Con exclusive variant cover, which is now available in store. Once again, Betty Boop number 1, that's our exclusive cover, I believe by Robert Hack. We also have several new variants for Kiss. However, we also have a Midtown Comics exclusive one, which I believe is available at the Register. It's with Jim Bellman, and he'll actually be joining us. Is it Friday night? No, Thursday night.
It is tomorrow night.
Yeah, Thursday night. The cover of the Midtown exclusive variant cover, and the writer, Amy Chu, will be at Midtown Comics downtown from 7 to 8 p.m. Once again, that's Midtown Comics downtown, which is located on 64 Fulton Street. Once again, Thursday night. Hopefully we'll see some of you there. So, and now we have, there's only 2 new releases from Valiant this week. Faith number 4, and there's a trade, 4001 AD. So, yeah, Valiant's been doing some great stuff. Strongly recommend checking it out. And now we get into IDW Publishing with Back to the Future, an adorable cover. And we also have Star Trek Boldly Go number 1. And once again, another Midtown Comics exclusive cover. I think we have like 4 exclusive covers this week, John. 4 or 3.
You have.
It's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot. So if you enjoy collecting covers, we definitely have a lot to choose from this week. And then we start getting into Image Comics, which has a wonderful variety of stories for people to choose from. A personal favorite of mine, we're only on the 2nd issue now, Hadrian's Wall. That's a really strong, it had a really strong opening chapter. It's essentially a sci-fi murder mystery. It's by Kyle Higgins, Alex Siegel, Rod Rice. Let me give you a quick preview. Alright, so there are a lot of comics to still look at. So, New Horizon. Oh, speaking of Valiant, I forgot, there's a new Rye collection as well up there. Wonderful cover. And then if we keep going on, 2 of my favorite series have new comics today. One of them is Rumble. This is the conclusion to the very first story arc. 15 issues. I cannot recommend this comic enough. It is just so fun. It's fun, it's smart, it's heartwarming, it's heartbreaking. It just hits all the right notes. And it's so creative. Just give it a shot, please. I was looking at Image Comics' sales, and I think it was towards the bottom, and that just breaks my heart. Alright, and then also a new chapter of I Hate Fairyland. Scotty Young, John Francois. Oh, I butchered the pronunciation of that name, I'm so sorry. He provides the colors, though. If you're looking just for ridiculous over-the-top fun, I hate Fairyland is where it's at. I read this every month with my wife. We both love it. It is just so incredibly creative and fun. And then let's move on. New Manifest Destiny. There's a lot of great stories from Image, as you see, spread down there for the horror fans. We have reprinting, a third reprinting actually of Snot Girl #1. And then there's a few more collections above before we go into Marvel. Now, once we get to Marvel, I believe this is the final issue of A-Force. Then we also have a new Astonishing Ant-Man, and then Black Panther. Looks like we have two variants here.
There was a question for this, so would you like to give a quick preview of it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Black Panther, of course. So here's the primary cover. I'll show one more page, don't want to give away too much. Alright, so that's a brand new Black Panther, issue #7. Alrighty, so as you can see, Marvel has a lot of releases today. We have a new Sam Wilson Captain America. Love the Carnage covers. They've always been clever. Haven't been following the title, I'm very behind on it, but the covers are consistently interesting. New chapter of Kingpin, Civil War. There was a brutal fight with the Punisher in the last issue. And then we have a second issue of Deadpool, Back in Black, and then the first issue of Deadpool Too Soon, which, if my memory serves me right, that was a digital series which is now being collected in physical. So before we move forward, obviously there are a lot of Deadpool fans out there, so let's give this a quick look. It's by Cullen Bunn, Salva Espin, Ruth Redmond. I believe the story here, I haven't read the first issue yet. After Peter Parker lost the symbiote, before it went on Eddie Brock, it went on Wade Wilson. So this is exploring what happened when Wade became Venom. Actually, I'm not sure if he's going by Venom, but you know what I mean. Clowns, man. They're everywhere.
Yikes.
Alright. And then we'll show one more page. Alright. There's a new Doctor Strange. And then here comes Marvel's probably their biggest release this week. Infamous Iron Man #1. Brian Michael Bendis. Believe. And in this, Victor Von Doom. I haven't read it yet, but Victor Von Doom is apparently going to become a new Iron Man. Looks like Matt Hollingsworth is providing the colors. I'll show one more page. And here's the primary cover. Oh no! I'll buy this one, don't worry. I know someone will be mad about it, so I'll buy this one. I'll get this one. So new chapter of the Uncanny Inhumans, but before we move on, Marvel also has a good number of new releases when it comes to collections. So if you're excited about Doctor Strange, not one, but two options for you this week. There's also Captain Marvel, Daredevil and Punisher, the digital series now collected in a trade, all new Inhumans, Son of Satan, Best of Star Wars Volume 3, and if I had to read one of these all over again, it's going to be, for me, this all-new Wolverine trade. I've been really enjoying the series. It's a different approach to X-23's life. A new story arc just started, Enemy of the State 2. I'm just having a great time with this series. One of my favorites from Marvel. And moving on, we have a brand new Mockingbird, Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat. If you watch Jessica Jones, the name Patsy Walker should be familiar. Alright, and then we have Silk, Spider-Gwen, brand new chapter in the Clone Conspiracy. And this time, Amazing Spider-Man. We have this great Alex Ross cover of Doc Ock and Spider-Man's mask. Obviously, he's in the issue. Alright, we'll give a preview of it. And there's one upside down. It's not a variant like that. That was just symbolism saying that Spidey's life is turned upside down right now. As you can see, classic Otto has returned. I'll show one more page. Well, two more pages. Then we also have Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, Spider-Woman, The Mighty Thor, The Year of Marvel's The Unbeatable #1, all new X-Men, for all the people who also grew up watching the X-Men animated series, X-Men 92, really fun. And then we have a new chapter of Death of X. I'm tempted to show you a preview, but I haven't looked through it yet, and I don't want to give you any potential spoilers. So, that is it for this week. We hope you enjoyed watching, and hopefully you saw a comic out here that you want to check out, and hopefully it reminded you that there's a character you really like who has a comic there, and hopefully you give it a chance, because there's so many great TV shows and movies coming out with these characters, but the comics, this is where it's at. This is where it all started. This is what will continue to inspire the movies and TV shows. So hopefully you give something a shot. If you stop by, ask any of the employees here for a recommendation. They will be happy to help you out. So once again, thank you very much for watching. We hope you have a wonderful new comic book day.